pathogens such as Salmonella, Listeria, and E. coli, to nutritional quality retention while preserving digestibility and nutrient bioavailability. Discover why HPP has become essential for pet food processors looking to capitalize on new market trends.
Thank you for the introduction, and thank you everyone for coming to this talk. As she introduced, I'm Daniela Soto, and today I'm going to talk to you about the benefits of using HPP or high pressure processing in raw pet food products and some ideas that you can implement in your industry. Oh yeah, sorry. Yeah, don't worry.
Again, lunch will be from 12:15 to 1:30 in halls C, D, and E. And don't forget about the network reception later this afternoon from 4 until 6, also in C, D, and E. Have a great show here in the city.
Sorry for that. Thank you again, everyone, for coming. And today you'll learn about the different applications that HPP can bring to your food industry, to your food companies. And I'm coming by the company of Hiperbaric. And just to introduce you a little bit about the company, so we are the HPP global leaders manufacturers of HPP equipment. We own 65% of the market share of the HPP producers equipment companies all around the world. We're based in Spain, our headquarters, and we have a commercial office in Miami, Florida, where we're from. We have more than 25 years of experience. We have installed more than 400 machines all around the world. And just for someone that is not familiarized with what is HPP, well, it is a non-thermal processing technology. It can be regarded as a cold pasteurization. And the way it is done is by applying high pressures that can go up to 87 kpsi for 6,000 bar for a different holding time, which is the time in which this pressure is applied to the already packaged products. It's important to note that HPP is applied to is an impact process, okay? So here we have two critical parameters, which are pressure and holding time in the process. And water temperature is something that some pet food producers consider too. And some people in the industry, some companies are using the water temperature of 50 degrees Fahrenheit, which is very common, in 10 degrees Celsius, as also a processing parameter when applying pressure. So just as a summarized way to explain how the process is done, first, the product is packaged and it is introduced into what we call the baskets, which are these blue baskets that you can see on screen. Then these baskets that are already loaded with the product are loaded into what we call the vessel, which is the place in the equipment in which the pressure will be applied by using water as the pressurizing medium. Then some intensifiers will apply high pressure water into the vessel in order to reach the desired pressure and hold it during a certain holding time. And then the product will be unloaded after the pressure drops instantaneously. So you may be asking yourself, like, why using HPP in my raw pet food product? Well, HPP is a control method against pathogen transmission that right now is being used in the pet food industry. It has been accepted by the FDA as a legal treatment in order to reduce the risk of presenting foodborne illnesses. And as you may already know about this, the FSMA 2011 Act right now is asking to add any processing intervention methods in the pet food processes in order to guarantee food safety. And by now, pet food is applied in this FSMA, is mentioned too. So that is why it's very important to guarantee that in pet food products, mainly in raw products, food safety is ensured, right? And just for you to know, there have been 0 recalls in the HPP history in which any HPP product has been recalled. And this is because HPP can be applied as a lethal step by being able to reduce up to 5 log as a reduction kill step in pertinent pathogens. And some pet food applications that right now are going on to the market into raw meat pet food formulations. The first one you can see on the screen is the refrigerated frozen products, which when HPP is applied as a lethal step. You can see here 2 commercial examples. And on the other hand, this is the other example of applications, which is the freeze dry, in which HPP is applied to the raw product, and then a freeze drying step is applied to make a product shelf stable. And then it is done like it is presented in kibbles, patties, or pellets too. And you may already know this, but like raw pet food has a lot of benefits to the health of your pets. we have seen from some of our customers' reports, like Steve's Real Pet Food, that they mentioned that it can help decrease reports regarding pet bowel issues in dogs, as well as it can help reduce the fecal matter of pets through consuming raw pet food. And as well as there's a study around there where they analyzed digestibility of raw pet food. It was HPP on 10 different pit bulls that were, the study was done with them. And they analyzed that the coefficients of digestibility increased significantly. So now imagine that all these benefits are obtained, but also you add HPP. Well, you preserve these benefits, but you also ensure food safety. And this is a very frequently asked question, which is, does HPP impact nutrients? The answer is no. Our customers, Real Pet Food, they performed a study where they analyzed 95 different nutrients, such as vitamins, minerals, fiber, etc. And they had this result in which 67% of these 95 nutrients had an increase in its content, 16% were well preserved, and only 17% had a decrease. However, only 4 of the 17% had a significant decrease, but this can be solved by reformulating and adding more of the ingredients that can be rich in vitamin E or pyridoxine, which showed a significant decrease, okay? And you may be asking yourself, okay, Daniela, but like, how do I ensure like food safety with HPP? So HPP, as I mentioned, can be applied as a lethal step by helping denature the key proteins that exist in the membrane of the bacteria and will help inactivate them, okay? So here I made a small review of some research studies done with HPP on different raw meat products such as chicken fillets, ground chicken, ground beef, raw beef. And as you can see, by applying different combinations of pressure and holding time, different activation levels that can reach or got higher 5-log reduction in Salmonella, E. coli, and Listeria can be obtained. And because of this thing that I mentioned about the inactivation of microorganisms, HPP can help inactivate the deteriorated microorganisms to help extend the shelf life. So for raw meat products, when being stored under refrigerated conditions, the shelf life can be increased from 21 to 60 days, and as frozen, from 1 to 2 years. And in freeze-dried products, the shelf life can be extended from 6 months to even 3 years, depending on the formulation and the HPP parameters that will be applied. So it will be analyzed in a case-by-case basis, okay? And as I mentioned before, the HPP application of the freeze-dried products is also something that right now is pretty pertinent in the market. And the way HPP is applied to these products is first by processing raw meat in chops into our HPP equipment, using it as a lethal step. Then these products are stored under refrigerated conditions before transforming them into kibbles or pellets. Then these kibbles or pellets are formed to the desired shape that the producer wants it to be. And then the freeze drying step continues to make it shelf stable. So it makes it a shelf stable product which is safe to consume by preserving the health benefits. And just as a brief note, the importance of HPP packaging, which it needs to be flexible and water resistant in order to withstand the high pressures that will be transmitted by water as a pressurizing medium. Here is a list of some examples, some materials that are commonly used. And there's a question around there which is frequently asked about the concern of migration of plastic and contact materials to food. And the answer is that no, HPP does not interact with covalent bonds. So there's no transmission of plastic migration into the food product. And the European Food Safety Agency declared in 2022 that there's no risk of that. Like there's no concern about this plastic migration into the product. And just for you to know about the pet food commercial examples, here I show you some companies that right now are using HPP for their raw pet food formulation or freeze-dried, such as Steve's Real Pet Food, Seaweed, Petkins, Raw Truth. And just as some commercial examples that are now going on around the market, here we have Fresh Pet that uses HPP to an already cooked product as a post-lethal step. Then we have We Feed Raw. This is a very common format in which HPP is applied as a lethal step to obtain the 5-log reduction of pertinent pathogens. And finally, here these other 3 customers at the end, Steve's Real Pet Food, Instinct in the US, and Kiwi Kitchens in New Zealand too. They applied HPP in the raw pet food formulations and then freeze-dried step as a lethal step HPP. And just to close it, and as final remarks, with HPP, you can ensure food safety by inactivating foodborne pathogens such as Listeria, E. coli, Salmonella, as well as Campylobacter. There are some studies that show this, while preserving a clean label, which is in trend right now, because you don't need to add any preservatives in order to ensure food safety or increase the shelf life, which will help you follow trends, as well as it can help you prevent recalls related to spoilage issues or pathogens present in your product, as well as it can help you eliminate recontamination since it is an impact technology. And finally, R&D. HPP is a very versatile technology, so it can help you open new market opportunities while following with trends that right now are going on in the pet food industry, which is increasing a lot in the HPP market too. And just for you to know about our equipment impact range, here I show you some examples from our smallest machine, which is the 55 liters, to our 525. In case you have any question about it, you can also reach out to us. All this equipment, they work the same, they only have different capacity depending on the vessel size. And I'm part of the applications team. We bring technical support dedicated to food science. We bring consultory to you if you're interested of getting more educated, to know more about HPP. We have a team in the US, in Miami, where we come from, and another one in Burgos, Spain, where our headquarters are located. It's a very beautiful city, 2 hours north of Madrid. And we also have in these two locations our pilot plants and HPP incubator, which are spaces where we have one of our equipments, and you can come visit us or ship us products so you can see firsthand how HPP can help you increase your product's safety or quality, to see it firsthand, to have this experience. Also, our food science support team, the applications team, we can help you in product development, understanding the HPP packaging requirements, as well as the best processing parameters, because as I mentioned, this needs to be analyzed in a case-by-case basis. So we can also help you with that by analyzing your case. Also, we can guide you on the food safety regulations based on where are you located, and we can bring you support on the validation and shelf life studies by guiding you on that too. And that was all. Thank you. You can contact me on these places.